Welcome to the Neo Marketing Podcast. Today we're going to talk about artist-business collaborations. Welcome to the weekly Neo Marketing Podcast, featuring one half of the Golden Group C-Suite, Kyle Golding, and Pritch Pritchard, APR, PRSA Fellow. Good morning, Pritch. How are you doing today?
Hey, doing great, Kyle. How are you?
Fantastic. I have a great topic to talk with you about today. It's something very close to my heart, very near and dear to me. With my background in the music business back in the day, back in the 90s. It's artist-business collaborations. About both sides of that equation really being open to collaborating in new and interesting ways.
That's an interesting topic.
And in fact, we're going to have a workshop on it here at the 3810 Project. We're going to be working with local rapper, Emmy award-winning local rapper, JB Williams. And we're going to be having conversation. JB's on the artist side, I'm on the business side, about creative collaborations. Both sides of this equation need to be open to working with each other and benefiting win-win style with each other.
Right, because I think businesses kind of think that artists are highbrow and don't really want to be interested, and the artists feel like they're selling out.
Right, exactly. And both are inaccurate. It can happen, but if both of it come to the table with the idea of creating an opportunity for each other, of, like I said, the win-win scenarios, and not thinking about those old ways of doing business, right? It's not 1950 anymore. It's not 1990. It's not even 2000, right?
Right.
It's 2018. There are lots of ways for businesses to connect with their audience via the internet and digital channels and traditional channels, etc., right? And artists have always been the auditors of culture. They've always been the people that have reflected what's happening in our culture and who have predicted what's going to happen next, the trendsetters. And so business needs to understand the power of artists and how to connect to it, but not in a take advantage way, but in a collaborative way, in a way of helping the artist talk to the people, their audience, who they want to talk to the way they want to talk to, gain that attention that could come into play for business as well.
Artists are the original storytellers.
Exactly.
And if you're trying to tell your story as a business, it makes sense to me that you bring in the original storytellers.
So the trick here is both ends of the spectrum here have to change their mindset. So from the business side, you can't just look at it as the A to B conversation, right? We pay you X and we get Y in return, right? It's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about long-term audience development, brand messaging, and even, the content influencer type marketing, where we're trying to lead people down the path to our product or service. And
beyond the jingle.
Exactly. Don't just hire, pay you, get this done. It's so short-sighted, and there's so many missed opportunities there. And it can't be as straight dollars and cents. For every dollar I spend, I want to make 10. Can't be that. On the other side too, with artists, understand the sellout proposition, right? And if the business conversation is we pay you X, we get Y, then it is essentially a sellout for the artist to participate. But if it's a collaboration, if it's something that's going both ways and helping both entities, exposing the artist to new people and exposing the business to the artist fans and followers, etc., and it's a back and forth, a win-win, but a fluid relationship, then the opportunities to do something new, do something interesting, do something business wouldn't think of because it's too creative and the artist wouldn't think of because it's too commercial. Find a place somewhere in the middle that makes everyone comfortable and happy. That's a great deal.
Content today is king, so
there you go.
What a great way to drive content.
And who makes content better than artists?
Exactly.
And even that word content, too many people think of content as text, whether it's a written word or a spoken word like what we're doing here, a script that can be read, etc. But content can be a multitude of things thanks to how we communicate with each other now, right? Content could be a painting. Content could be interpretive dance. It could be a play. It could be sounds, not even a song, but sounds can be content that move an audience, colors. And we've always talked about color schemes in branding, but colors create emotion. They create responses. Artists work in color. It doesn't have to be direct, here's our logo color, please use it in a painting, but tell a story with color, with shape, with size, with sound, etc., with motion that alludes to what it is we're doing here as a business.
Well, earlier this semester, Apple took that path with some of their commercials for Apple Music, as I remember.
And when in doubt, always look to Apple marketing.
Right.
They really are the champions of brilliant marketing at all times. And the reason why is you've never seen Apple run a TV commercial that says all laptops are $19.95 this weekend.
Right.
They don't do that crap. They
Hot
think
sale.
about their audience because they have a culture.
Right.
Apple has a culture. They think about who's in their culture and how to develop their culture and their relationship, not how many laptops can we sell today.
Right.
More marketers, more business owners need to think of that. Collaborate locally with artists that are in the community that have a different influence than you can as a business. And then the artist, this is the problem, artists, you guys open yourself up to this idea too. It's not a sellout if you're doing what you do in collaboration with someone else who's bringing you new ideas that doesn't take you away from who you are as a core as an artist.
Right.
Now, if your art is all anti-commercialism, sure, it's not going to work out. But if your art is about joy and about expression and about community, about your history or heritage, anything like this that is an expression of joy and excitement and fun and engagement, then working with a business isn't automatically a sellout. It's how you maintain yourself as an artist. It goes back to what we were talking about ethics, right?
Right.
As long as you maintain your ethics and your standards, and the business entity, because they're collaborating now, they're not just buying your services, allow you to do what you do, it should work out well.
Well, it sounds to me like what you're advocating is a benefactor kind of a situation.
It sort of is. It's a really long way of looking at it too, but we've come back to that.
Yeah.
Mostly because the delivery model for artists has changed because of digital channels, right?
Sure.
Record companies have the same impact they used to have in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, because now we can deliver digitally straight
Easy for
to
you
it.
to say.
Right, exactly. So all of these things kind of come full circle.
Right.
And here's an opportunity right now, because of the changes in technology and the changes in these thought processes, for artists to capitalize and expand their influence, and for businesses to get out of sales cycle and get into audience and cultural development.
Yeah. Engage the audience.
That's how they'll work together. It will work if both sides are open to the idea.
Yeah. Very cool.
So we're going to talk about these concepts and more tonight at the 3810 project. It's called the DD Audio Speaker Series. Digital Audio, DD Audio, is a speaker company, but they've sponsored the speaker series where it's speakers coming in talking about different aspects of creativity and business.
Yeah.
It's a great collaboration we have here with our friends here at Project 3810 with DD Audio. Our first speaker is JB Williams, Emmy Award-winning rap artist who is not on a major record label, but has done work with major artists like Chuck D from Public Enemy and a bunch of other great people. And folks in Oklahoma City market know who he is. He has his own interesting take. He's going to be representing the artist. I'm going to talk about the business aspect. We're going to find ways to come to the middle and have this conversation, just like this one right here.
Nice.
So-
Can't wait to get the after action report.
Right. So be looking for that on a future post on the podcast and on the video channel of the follow-up from the DD Audio Speaker Series featuring JB.
Sweet.
Until next time, good luck.
Ciao.